Thank you all of you. Before I started, I want to thank God for keeping me alive all this time. And I want to thank all of you for being here. I came over here. My name is Juan Roberto Melendez, and I came over here to tell the government of this great state of Texas that Rodney Reed is doing what I did, claiming he's innocent. And when I came here, and when I saw Rodney Reed's mother's eyes, I saw my mother's eyes. I saw the pain and suffering that she's going through. And when I came here and I saw Rodney Reed's eyes, I saw the pain and suffering. And I saw also myself and the strength that he's giving me to keep fighting for the ones I left behind. And when I came over here to tell government, this great state of Texas, the governor of this great state of Texas, that do not deny Rodney Reed his claim of innocence. To be in the right side of history. To not forget the ones that died in here with lots of evidence indicating they did not commit the crime. Ruben Cantu, Carlos de Luna, Gary Graham, and Carlos Willingham. We won Governor Alvin. We want Rodney Reed in here with his family. Have some compassion. We ensure to you that he is innocent. So please listen to the great people of Texas. We want him free. Free Rodney Reed.
Free Rodney Reed. Free Rodney Reed. Free Rodney Reed. Free Rodney Reed. Free Rodney Reed. Free Rodney Reed.
And I want to say something to my Latin brothers. En la unión está la fuerza. Y lo que le está pasando a este afroamericano le va a pasar a ustedes. Levántense, luchemos juntos y vamos a acabar y abolir la pena de muerte. Gracias a todos. Free Rodney Reed.
Free Rodney Reed. Free Rodney Reed. Free Rodney Reed. Free Rodney Reed. Free Rodney
Reed.
Can y'all hear me okay? All right. So I came today so that I could read a letter. We've actually been getting representatives and senators and the Black House Caucus to reach out to the governor and ask for a reprieve or clemency for Rodney Reed. Yes. So the first thing that came out was a bipartisan letter from the Texas House of Representatives. We have 13 Republicans and 13 Democrats who signed on to this letter. So I'd like to read the letter to you, and then I'll let you know who the representatives are who signed on. So, dear Governor Abbott, Chair Gutierrez, and board members, that's the Texas Board of Pardon and Paroles, we write to urge you to grant a reprieve to Rodney Reed. As you know, the case that put Mr. Reed on death row has been called into serious question by compelling new witness statements and forensic evidence, along with evidentiary gaps that could be filled with additional investigation and testing. We appreciate how difficult decisions like this are and know how serious you take them, but this is also an opportunity for you to prevent a rush to execution before these new leads are properly explored. One thing we often grapple with when discussing criminal justice reform is balancing justice with mercy, particularly when we consider a heinous crime. Yet one of the reasons that is so difficult to do in a capital case is because at times we find defects within our system that give even those who support the concept of the death penalty pause. Killing Rodney Reed without certainty about his guilt may exacerbate that issue and erode public trust, not only in capital punishment, but in Texas justice itself. Mr. Reed's case recalls the sentiment then Governor George Bush expressed in 1998 when he commuted the sentence against Henry Lee Lucas in the face of grave doubt about his guilt. As a supporter of the death penalty, this is from George Bush, I feel a special obligation to make sure the state of Texas never executes a person for a crime they may not have committed.
Yes, yes, yes.
He went on to say, I take this action so that all Texas can continue to trust the integrity and fairness of our justice system. Similarly, granting Mr. Reed a reprieve until the new developments in his case are fully resolved will allow the cloud of doubt surrounding his guilt to be lifted. Only then should our justice system proceed, one way or the other, with decisions that cannot be undone. We thank you for your thoughtful consideration and your leadership on this issue. Respectfully, Representatives Senfronia Thompson, Garnet Coleman, Todd Hunter, Tan Parker, James White, Joe Moody, Matt Krause, Mary Gonzalez, Nicole Collier, Drew Springer, Jeff Leach, Giovanni Capriglione, Tony Rose, James Frank, Kyle Casal, Dave Phelan, Ina Mijares, Victoria Niave, Briscoe Kane, Gina Hinojosa, Steve Toth, John Busey, Brad Beckley, Jessica Gonzalez, Aaron Zwiener, and Vikki Goodwyn. In addition to that, I would also like to read something provided by Representative Hutton. Bear with me just a moment.
Free Rodney Reed!
Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed!
All right, I'm going to do my best with this one. I didn't have time to print it out ahead of time, so it's on my phone, and there's a little bit of a glare, so I'm, like I said, going to do my best. Dear Governor Abbott and Chair Gutierrez, as chairman of the 17-member Texas Legislative Black Caucus, I write to you and join the chorus of Texans and the millions of Americans who respectfully request your intervention in halting the scheduled November 20th, 2019 execution of Rodney Reed. As governor and a former judge, you're well aware that jury trials seek to answer all questions necessary for a competent jury to render a fair and impartial verdict. While every question may not be answered or even considered, it is absolutely critical in a criminal trial that all relevant facts be part of the consideration, especially in death penalty cases. In the case of Rodney Reed, it has now become clearer to even the casual observer that necessary facts were either not considered or simply omitted for jury consideration. There was also admitted evidence in the trial of Rodney Reed that is challenged by scientific experts. Even more appalling, the purveyor of this admitted evidence has now recanted his entire testimony, raising concerns not just about the guilt of Rodney Reed, but pointing to the real culprit. Pursuant to Texas law, the governor has the authority to grant a 30-day stay in Rodney Reed's scheduled execution date. The TLBC offers its total encouragement for your exercise of your 30-day stay authority. Moreover, the Texas Legislative Black Caucus supports, in its strongest terms, that the Board of Pardon and Parole use the 30-day stay to adequately review the facts in the case of Rodney Reed, particularly those facts that were not available or not admitted, and even some facts that were admitted at the Rodney Reed trial. Governor, we all desire a justice system that has among its highest qualities public confidence. The case of Rodney Reed strikes at the heart of all the principles of justice in Texas. And if not corrected, the confidence of all Texans in our justice system will be forever shattered. Finally, the authority provided pursuant to Texas law granting the governor power to grant a 30-day stay was made in the interest of justice. And we, the members of the caucus, believe that the unanswered questions surrounding the guilt of Rodney Reed are the basic reasons underlying your grant of authority to initiate the 30-day stay. Best personal regards, Representative Harold Dutton. I just want to add that in my heart, I believe the governor will do the right thing. So many people have reached out through social media, through letters, through phone calls to his office, and now it's in his hands. And I hope and pray that he will make the right decision. Thank you so much.
Looking for a warm place to sleep. So please send more than prayers, because my brothers gotta eat. Send a sandwich at least, something tangible to keep. Talk is cheap, indeed it comes around in heaps. Tell me, is justice really blind or just aligned with corporate greed? We gotta be something more than what we see. We have to find connections that go beyond all of these screens. We have to dig deeper, find the you inside the we inside the you. It's time to end this slavery. It's time to end our bondage and reliance on the machine.
He's like a brother from another mother also. He's a former juvenile, life without parole prisoner from Illinois. Give it up for Mr. Mark Clements. What does justice look like? What does justice look like?
Rodney Reed!
Justice looks like us making a change, standing for the integrity of our criminal justice system. Being a person in the city of Chicago, 16 years old, taken to a police station, having my genitals and testicles grabbed and squeezed, tortured by Blue. Reading over the documents in the Rodney Reed case, and many of you have known me for at least 10.5 years. Coming out of the prison system and reflecting upon the fact that we have a state, which is Texas, that says that the integrity of justice cannot stand. I say that innocence matters. Innocence, the integrity, and the freedom must be afforded to people like Rodney Reed. In my role as the administrator over the campaign to end the death penalty, and an organizer and fighting with you, coming all the way from Chicago to give you hope. Because in each and every one of us, we must lean on to each other and learn what unity looks like.
Yes.
This governor does not want us to be out here on this Saturday. I speak loud in hopes that he's watching his favorite football game, so he can hear that a person traveled all the way from Chicago to let him know that his injustices is seen all over the world. It makes no sense for the state of Texas to have a death penalty that makes literally no common sense. It makes no common sense due to the fact that, guess what? We have saw racism. We have saw flawed eyewitnesses. We have saw a system that has said that they have given us DNA, but they don't want to afford it to us. I say stop the madness. And I say this loud and clear. I am very appreciative of everyone that is calling for a reprieve for Rodney. I say he should be parked. I say that Rodney should be parked. I say that Rodney should be parked. And he should be released. In closing, I'm not here to waste my time. I'm here for my brother Roderick. I'm here to stand, to let a nation know that your blood, that it stinks, that it smells, that it's crooked, that it's corrupt, and it must stop. In this nightmare for Mrs. Sandra Reed. In this nightmare. Enforcer must stop now.
Thank you. Free Rodney Reed.
Free Rodney Reed.
Free Rodney.
Thank you, Mark, for those very powerful words. Next up.
My name is Mike Siegel. I'm here to join with y'all to demand life and liberty for Rodney Reed. I'm here as a Texan, as a father, as a teacher, and a civil rights lawyer. As a political candidate running for office in a place that includes Bastrop County, Texas. I'm here as a human being. And I think we're here today to fight for the future of Texas and what it means to be a Texan. Because some of the folks in power now, they want to keep the old ways going. These are white men in charge. They want to keep people of color, and particularly black people, subjugated. But there is a growing movement reflected here today in the cities and towns, at the border, and in places like Bastrop for a future. A movement that reflects the beautiful diversity of Texas. A movement that demands that we have leaders and policies that reflect this diversity. So today we are to battle to end Jim Crow Texas. In Rodney Reed's case, this case is a part of that movement because it has all the hallmarks of the old Texas. We have a black man threatened with lynching, whose gravest crime may have been falling in love with a white woman. We have a white police officer who is a suspect, but who is friends with the crime scene investigator. We have evidence that would exonerate a black man, Rodney Reed, that hasn't been tested. We have a flawed trial with so-called experts who presented junk science that has no relevance. We have witnesses who haven't been interviewed. We have a confession that hasn't been considered. We even have a judge who has announced his retirement, who in his own words is too old to handle the case. But he's still in charge of whether Rodney Reed lives or dies. So this old Texas won't go down without a fight. But the new Texas is here today, am I right? So this is a youth movement. This is a civil rights movement. It's a movement for black lives. It's a movement to end mass incarceration. It's a movement for undocumented folks. It's a movement for good jobs and housing and health care. It's a movement for a woman's right to choose how to control her own body. It's a movement to choose your own identity, to marry the person you love. It's a movement for common decency. And it's a movement that says no life is disposable. Right. And so we are not afraid, even when the powers that be tell us that it's okay to throw this man's life away. It's these same forces that tell us, don't worry about a crackdown in our immigrant community. Those people are illegal. Don't worry about them. It's these same forces that tell us, don't worry about attacks on transgender children. Their parents are immoral. Don't worry about them. It's these same forces that tell us, don't worry about the death of Sandra Bland in police custody. She was sick and disturbed. Don't worry about her. But I am worried about it. I am worried about this justice system that was designed only to serve white, wealthy men. I am worried about the message that Rodney Reed's execution would send to people across this state when they see how flawed this process is, and they wonder, am I next? I'm worried about the message that his execution would send to my own children, who might ask me, why is Texas killing this man? And this is personal to me, because at the heart of this case, at the heart of the proposed execution of Rodney Reed and his sentence, is the question of racism. The idea that his biggest crime, in the eyes of the people who organized his frame-up, may have been that he as a black man fell in love with a white woman in Nassau County, Texas. Because we know that in the old South, the Jim Crow South, that was forbidden. Love across racial lines was forbidden. And from what I can see, the potential true killer of Miss Stacey Stites, he used that Jim Crow tradition to railroad Rodney Reed's execution. So we have the opportunity to turn around. We have the opportunity to save a life. We have the opportunity to show the world a different Texas. And I have to admit, I have a selfish reason for being here. Because I am the father of 2 children who are at risk in the Jim Crow South. Because 21 years ago in Houston, Texas, I fell in love with an African woman. And 21 years later, here we are in Texas, raising our children of African and European descent. And I want my kids to be able to enjoy every part of this state, from Travis County, Texas to Bastrop County, Texas, without fear of the Old South. So I am indebted to every single one of you here, to the family of Rodney Reed, who have built this movement to save his life, to everyone who is standing up, who are showing up, because you are fighting for a new Texas. A Texas where all of us are safe, where no life is disposable, and where we have real justice for all. So I'm here with you to say, free Rodney Reed!
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 Thank you.
Together when I'm home, just when you reside in, you wildin'. A black woman where you confide in. Beat you, feast you, in record timing. Give in to Adam so he can recline in the bosom of the sweetest reminder. A hips where we was designed in, where our father rides in. Music of the highest order got us all smiling.
My ghetto people, my hustling people, my struggling people, surviving people, we brilliant, creative, move on, yeah, we strong, yeah. My ghetto, my hustling, my struggling, surviving, brilliant, creative. you to imagine a building. I want you to imagine a door right now. Imagine a building and a door right now. And imagine Rodney Reed coming out of that door. See it. See it. Believe it. Know it. See that every day for at least 5 minutes every day. Before you go to bed, when you wake up in the morning, before you eat your food, count your blessings that you're here, you're not there, and visualize this man coming through that door. Thank you very much.
Detective from A&E's Dead Again, Mr. Kevin Gannon.
What am I even doing here today? Speaking with only wonderfully articulate individuals from Reverend Muhammad, Reverend Green, Sean King, legendary writer and civil rights activist. I really shouldn't be here for that, except that I'm here for one thing. I'm here for truth. And I'm here for Sandra Reed, Rodney Reed, and the whole Reed family, because I know 100% physically, forensically, as the shirts say, but more importantly, scientifically, Rodney Reed was incapable of committing this murder.
Already.
2014, and you know, Reverend's been talking about God and the universe and everything. I believe in all of that, whether you believe in God or not. There's an energy that connects all of our souls together. Yes. And I found it in so many places, including when they gave me a year to live back in 2003, after the World Trade Center and getting cancer and losing my bladder and prostate. And then I was fortunate enough, for whatever reason, I ignored emails for about a year about this show that A&E was doing. And my partner said, why don't you call them up? I think they're going to do a show with Dick Wolf. The last day I called up and they said, oh my God, we've been trying to reach you for like 8 or 9 months, almost a year. Can you fly to New York tomorrow and do the audition? I get that job, and all of a sudden, we look at 8 cases, and one that happens to be Rodney Reed's. Now, if I don't, my partner doesn't find the email, I don't go to New York, I'm not on the show. I find the evidence, I look at the report, and in less than 10 minutes, I said, you didn't kill this young lady, and how do you know? I said, well, she's been missing for 12 hours, but she's been dead for almost 24. If you can't put Rodney Reed back in the apartment with her, then the murderer is her white cop boyfriend. Is clearly the murderer. There's no other reason for this. So I know some people wrote that, well, maybe we can stay in the institution for 30 days or whatever. I mean, that's ridiculous. First of all, it's ludicrous. The governor was already presented with this evidence 5 years ago, 2014. 21 days before Rodney's first scheduled execution. And Michael Baden, I want to thank all the people that came on board. Michael Baden, Cyril Weck, Werner Spitz, Dr. Leroy Riddick from Texas, legendary forensic pathologist, Cyril Weck from the movie Concussion, Michael Baden, these people did the JFK assassination, Klaus Van Bülow, all famous people. They all said it's impossible for Rodney to be the murderer. So if the scientific evidence was good 5 years ago, it's still good enough today. It's not going anywhere. And Rodney's not being executed. So the state of execution is automatic. The injustice of the Texas criminal justice system to have seen Roderick's son and his family take a picture on the steps of the Supreme Court and post it through social media, put them in the position they're in now. This is their fault. They saw that and they said, oh, you know what? Put him back on for execution. I'm like, okay, really? So for 5 years he languished on death row, but now, because of you people, because of social media, because of the fact that my partner and I, Dr. Gilbert, is down here with me, we knew Dr. Phil and had done a previous show with Homicide on him. I called up Stephanie Grenadier, the executive producer. I said, would Dr. Phil be interested in this story? She goes, oh my God, yes. He did a show in one day and turned it over in 48 hours, which usually takes weeks, and got that thing on. He said, we have to rush this. This is a man's life. The most important story, he said he did in 20 years.
Thank God for Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil. Because of him, Kim Kardashian came on board. She saw that. Thank God for Kim and Rihanna, Sean King, LL Cool J, all the other people that were involved with this. Oprah Winfrey just came on. Gayle King saw the Dr. Phil show. Brought the Oprah, the Queen, Oprah's on board. Beyonce's on board. But most of all because of social media and the impact that it's had on everybody else and new people showing up. I'm telling you right now, I have no doubt Rodney's going to be free. Yeah. The thing is, Rodney's not even looking. Rodney should be pardoned, but he doesn't even want it. This goes to show you how much he wants to go back to the criminal justice system and prove his innocence. I thought I was crazy. I was like, don't do that, Rodney. Get out. But that's how much he wants his name. He doesn't want a pardon. He wants to prove it to the jury. White, black, Hispanic, everybody. A mixed jury. Not a jury, an all-white jury, to free Rodney Reed.
Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed! Free Rodney Reed!
I'm telling you,
Rodney Reed!
Rodney Reed will be free. I give you my word. Rodney Reed will be free.
Say to everybody out there that's holding a flag, I want y'all to take those flags home with you and to display those flags proudly. And when somebody asks you about these flags, you tell them the reason why you are flying these flags and what you're looking for and what you got to have. I want you to do that. Display them proudly. Because this is not just about Rodney. This is about right. This is about justice.
Yes.
This is about the truth. And this is something that we as a people are going to have. We demand it. We've worked together in the past. This is not our first rodeo. Speaking out and going to me. We spoke at a Quaker house one time together. Miss Heather Campbell Stobbs.
Well, I gotta say, when we spoke at the Quaker house, there was like 25 people. And it does my heart good to look out here and see the number of people that are seeking justice. So many of you have seen me speak out before, and I just want y'all to know that I'm not the sole cousin of Stacey Stites that thinks that Rodney should at the minimum have a new trial. There's some of us that think he should be completely exonerated, but at the minimum, he needs to be retried so that he can get his name back. Absolutely. One of the things that I'm preparing today is the word justice. And as I was thinking this morning, as I was preparing to come up here and talk amongst people that I respect so much, I wanted to point out some things that are not justice for Stacey. It's not justice for Stacey to incarcerate and kill a man when there are so many questions about her death. And we owe it to her to get this right. Justice for Stacey did not occur when defense attorneys in the original trial were given a mere 3 short months to prepare for a capital murder case. Justice for Stacey did not occur when those that could provide an alibi for Rodney Reed were not allowed to testify. Justice for Stacey did not occur when the prosecution held back key evidence from the defense. Justice for Stacey did not occur when key scientific evidence was misrepresented in trial testimony. And justice for Stacey did not occur when the presiding judge dismissed a medical expert that was testifying to the revised time of death, which clearly clears Rodney Reed and says to him he is sure that he has better things to do. There is nothing more important than making sure that we get this right. In the years since Rodney's conviction, his attorneys have filed numerous appeals, all of which have been denied. And through those denials, over and over again, justice for Stacey has been denied. So how are we going to get that justice for Stacey? Because you can't have one without the other. You can't have justice for Stacey and execute a man that over and over again, the evidence points to the fact that he's innocent and that Jimmy Fennell killed her. So what are we going to do? We're going to keep this momentum going. We're going to call on the governor's office. We're going to ask him to do the right thing and to do the just thing. We're going to continue to request to stay and seek a new trial so that Rodney can clear his name. And then after that, we are going to press forward to see that the person that killed my cousin is rightly prosecuted.
Let's get some justice for Stacey Stites over there. She deserves it. Her family deserves it. We, as citizens, deserve it. I'm going to say a few words, and then I'm going to bring up Rodney's greatest supporter, which is my mom, Sandra Reed. She's going to close this thing out. But before I do that, I want to make a couple of announcements before I get on my little tangent here. I just want to point out there's tables for people to sign the clemency letters. There's tables here. There's a donation bucket at the tables for letter mailing, stamps, envelopes, copies of letters. All extra funds raised will go to the Reed family. And then, on November 13th, a rally at the hearings to withdraw the execution in Bastrop at the County Jail Complex, 200 Jackson Street. We need all of y'all to be there. We need y'all to be here. Do we have any hearing there in Bastrop? And also, November 14th, we'll be having an overnight vigil right here where you're standing. There'll be an overnight vigil in Washington, D.C. That's where I will be standing. There will be a overnight vigil at the Bastrop County Courthouse as well. I hope that we can get people in all these places to stand up in solidarity for the truth, for justice, for right. And I want y'all to realize, I don't know if you know it or not, but this is history making. Yes, yes. We have made history throughout these 22 and a half years. We have done things that has not been done before in the state of Texas with a person, innocent person on Texas death row. But we are still making history. It is not finished yet. We have to bring my brother home. As I stated over and over again, it's been like a 22 and a half year nightmare that we cannot, 23 years, that we have not been able to wake up from. But now, it's time for us to wake up. It's time for our family to be whole again. It's time for the Stites family to get peace. It's time for everybody out there to do what needs to be done so we can have this in our lives. We appreciate each and every one of you, all the stars. I had a phone call from Kim Kardashian just the other day. She called my phone and she extended her heartfelt, sympathy and compassion for my brother, and she's wanting to know what we can do. Is there anything else that she can do to help out? She said, I'll tweet, I'll tag, I'll do whatever. I said, just keep doing what you've been doing. Let it be known that we have an innocent man on Texas death row down here. I already thought about that one. And amazingly enough, that's probably Donald Trump and the Pope is probably the only people that haven't signed on yet. But give it a minute. God is good. Give it a minute. God is good. Yes, sir. Everybody, here you're witnessing history unfolding. You're witnessing a change, a new beginning. This will be in the books forever. And you are a part of that. Let it be known that you stood up on the side of justice. That you stood up on the side of right. That you stood up on the side of Rodney Reed. Let it be known. Let it be known. Because as we say, no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. You know, God is working, and He's working hard. And God is working through each and every one of you individuals out there. We all have a job to do. We all have been called to action. Our family is greatly appreciative to each and every person out there that signed that 2.5 million, petition. We're greatly thankful for all of you here, for the 300 faith leaders that have signed the petition, for the amicus letter writers, we're deacon, and we're thankful. We're thankful for all these things. We're thankful for this media. We're grateful for everything. For we can do nothing without God. He has put y'all here today to support this family. And we're thankful. And with that being said, I want to say thank you, God. Thank you, God. Rodney Reed is coming home. Rodney Reed is coming home. He's coming home alive and well. I'm not going to keep going on, but I do want to say this to people that don't understand. A lot of people have asked me, they say, well, how has this affected you? I said, this has affected my life forever. I will never be the same person again. But God has a way of making things bad good, because I'm a better person right now. Because I am standing up for truth, for justice. You know, we got into this solely with the focus of bringing my brother home alive, to get them off of this. And then as the years went on, I seen that there were thousands of other Rodney Reeds out there. There was other families going through the same pain that we're going through. And I seen a need for an organization to help and assist those people. So we, the Reed family, started Reed Justice Initiative. And the organization helps to people that's going through the similar situations that we are going through. We're going to be there.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be there. God will make a way out of no way for us to be there. Even after Rodney comes home, we are going to continue to fight until we abolish the death penalty, until we stop this wrongful conviction, until we get justice, change these laws, until we do these things. That is my battle. I am fighting, my lifelong fight, and I give it to you here and today and forever. Now, without further ado, I give you the president of Reed Justice Initiative, my mother, Rodney's greatest supporter, Campbell Reed. Everybody, hold your signs up high. If you got a sign, hold them up high. If you got a flag, wave it. Do it. Hold them signs up high. Free Rodney Reed.
Free Rodney Reed. Free Rodney Reed. Free Rodney Reed. Free Rodney Reed. Free Rodney Reed. Free Rodney Reed. Free Rodney Reed. Free Rodney Reed. Free Rodney Reed.
Hold on, 1 second for my mom comes up here. I want everybody to know that after she speaks, we're going to do something, and if you're with me, you just join in with me. We're going to walk around this block. We're going to march around this block. We're going to leave out of here. We're going to go up. We're going to come around. I want y'all to be with me. I want you to know we don't have no permit to do this, but it is our freedom. It is our will. I'm letting you know that we are going to do what we need to do. But you with me? Are you with me? Are you with me? Are you with me? Are you with me?
Thank you, everybody. This is a blessing. A blessing. A blessing. I need to say a few things that I wrote myself. My life changed 23 years ago in so many ways. When the state of Texas, should I say, when a handful of evildoers decided to use their power to convict an innocent man, my son. Rodney Reed, they were anticipating on you, on the youth. They anticipated, I'm sorry. That's all right. They were anticipating on us to stay silent.
That wasn't going to happen.
But as you see, it hasn't been quiet around this case. For 21 years, with the help from the campaign to end the death penalty, and that's Miss Lily Hughes, I've been able to travel and stand here in front of the governor's mansion, to stand on the Capitol steps to speak of the injustice that was committed in Bastrop, Texas against my son.
Yeah, that's Bastrop.
This corruption started when John Connon was Attorney General, when Bush was the governor. They showed a deaf ear. We called on Rick Perry. The very people that took an oath to serve and protect decided to do nothing when it was obvious that something was wrong. This case shows that everybody behind bars are not guilty. My son is innocent. And I stand on these truths. Scientific facts and findings backs me up. Dr. Michael Biden testimony, the facts and findings were accepted in John F. Kennedy's and Martin Luther King's autopsy. Why isn't it accepted in my son's case? It is time for change. We need to scrutinize we vote in to serve and protect us. Because just as there are evildoers, we have good people too. I heard that Governor Abbott is a good man. Well, I say action speaks louder than words. Show me and the world just how good of a man you are. Take in consideration all of what you know, all of what you've seen, and the evidence. There are others that were before you that didn't live up to their oath. Will you?
Come on.
Talk, Annie.
Will you?
Will you?
Stop this wrongful and painful execution of my son. If you don't, then you are just as guilty of murder. So he would be a part of murder. What do we want?
Justice!
For who?
Rodney Reed!
When?
Now!
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.